my loves. So today's video is a makeup tutorial on this copper burnt orange eye look. I got a new makeup palette for Christmas. It was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance, how do you pronounce it, palette, and it's a beautiful, I absolutely love the colors, so I couldn't wait to film a tutorial with them. I'm loving these coppery sparkly colors for New Year's Eve. Obviously Christmas time is over now, so we can rock more bronzy looks, and this is my kind of interpretation. If you like this look and you want to see how I've done it, keep on. I have started off with my foundation already. I always skip this part because I don't know, I find it really boring. I'm just going to show you. So I've got a moisturizer on, which is Clinique All Day, and the Dramatically Different moisturizer for the dry skin. And on top of that I have the Revlon Color Stay foundation in the number Buff 150, and as well this is for normal and dry skin, and I actually really like this. It's really glowy and it finishes off with like a satin finish. So I'm gonna start off with my concealer. I think I'm gonna use the same concealer by Revlon, Color Stay Concealer in number Fair. So I'm just going to place that underneath my eyes. I'm gonna do more highlighting when I finish my makeup later on, but I just wanna conceal any parts of my face. I'm just going to use a blender by Real Technique. It's gonna give me a really nice finish, blended and smooth. I'm gonna start with my eyes straight away. I'm gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. I never could say the word. Modern Renaissance. I got it for Christmas and it's absolutely amazing, and I'm gonna do like a coppery berry tone eye look, a smoky eye I think, because that's gonna look nice. I'm gonna start off with a fluffy brush. I'm gonna use MAC 224 brush. I'm gonna go with burnt orange straight away. They're really pigmented, so I'm gonna fluff it out in my crease like that, and I'm gonna do the same on the other side. I want that blowout smoky eye that everybody on Instagram now is doing. I really like that. Like that. It looks really weird. I'm gonna go and deepen it up with this color, which is it's called Real Gar. I'm gonna make it really orangey, and I'm just gonna build what I've got here. I'm gonna change my brush to something more precise, I think. It's gonna be MAC 36. It's a pointed brush, so it's gonna be a little bit more precise. It's gonna be right in the crease, like so. I'm gonna blend everything later on with a lighter shade. I'll show you. I'm gonna clean a bit up here with my Zooeva concealer buffing brush. It's like a really big brush. There. And I have some leftover concealer on it, and I'm just going to brush it out. I'm going to continue blending Real Gear, whatever the name of the eyeshadow is. It's going to be a really easy look. You're going to be laughing at how easy it actually is. I'm going to use a flat brush, pack my middle lid color on, and I'm thinking if I should go for the red ochre, that one, or do antique gold, I think here, that's what it's called, antique bronze or red ochre. I'm gonna mix these two colors together. I'm gonna start off with red ochre on top because it's a matte color and I want it to sparkle a bit, so I'm gonna pat it on. I'm using a detail shader brush by Zooeva. It's actually really amazing. I'm gonna go in like so. So as you can see now, it's like really patted on. It doesn't look that nice because we haven't blended it out. So I'm going to use a big fluffy brush by Zooeva. It's a Luxe Crease number 228. It's just big fluffy brush. I have used this before. I wanted to see it just looks good. And I'm going to use burnt ochre for that to blend it out a little bit. Keep it seamless. So I'm just going to go back and forward in my crease. It looks really deep at the moment, but it's gonna look nice after we finish it, like so. You're gonna see why I didn't want to do my concealer for my makeup, because we want to make it really nice and like cut. Do you feel like we need some sparkle in here? I don't want it to be all matte. I'm gonna use by Inglot the AMC eyeshadow dusts, and they are just so amazing. It looks like this. Like whoever loves makeup, this is like, I don't know, porn. I'm going to use a flat brush with some Fix Plus So I'm going to spray some Fix Plus onto my brush. That way the glitter will stick to it and it will make the colour more intense and last longer. And I'm going to pat it onto the lid. Oh my god, this looks liquid gold. And I'm going to do the same onto the other side. Wow, I love these. I mean, they are incredible. The sparkle that they give off in real life is like foil, honestly. So I've got this on, and again, you want to keep it seamless. So we're going to use a brush that we used before to kind of blend these in with the matte shadows. I'm going to keep everything blended with that look because it's going to look really weird if you don't. Like, we don't want like layers, we want it to all be seamless. So I've got the eyeshadow on. I am going to take my finger though, put some of that shadow with my fingers. That will keep the actual sparkle rather than like a foil effect, like a liquid foil. This is going to be more of like actual glitter. We want to maximize the shadow in here because it's just beautiful. I love it. So we've got these eyeshadows on. I'm not going to do anything extreme on the top eyeshadow. We're just going to clean it up underneath now, and then I'm going to blend it out after I have my eyebrows done. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to use a trusty MAC Fix Plus concealer. Almost out of it. I had it for so long. This is like heavy duty, like hardcore. I'm number NW15. I think this is the lightest shade they've got. So I'm going to use my fat concealer buffer brush in 142 from Zooeva, and I'm going to swirl concealer in, and I'm going to try and have a sharp line so we clean it up really nicely. I have so much glitter on. If you do have lots of fallout, just use the foundation brush that you used or sponge, or if you use your fingers, try to pat it on. Use the buffing brush from Real Technique. So I'm just gonna brush it out. I'm gonna use my brush, the concealer brush now, and I'm gonna make a sharp line with this. I used to use tapes when like beforehand when I didn't know how to get sharp. I have read that these tapes can like rip your skin or give you wrinkles because it's quite delicate area in your eye. You don't want to put such sticky items. Obviously if you do it like once in a while when you go out and stuff, it's okay. If you like play with makeup like I do, it's not good. So I'm just going to clean up. Oh, this is not my highlighter. I want to properly highlight my face. It's a lot of products I can see, but this is like glam. This is what I do like when I go out. I'm gonna use a Pro Concealer, high definition concealer, which looks like this. It's really good in the UK. You can find them in the Beauty Bay shops. It's really nice. And I have porcelain. That's the color I'm using, and I'm gonna highlight it properly underneath my face. This is very glam, full face makeup, so I don't do this every day. I don't have time. So I'm just going to use a beauty blender from Real Technique. Get a new one, it like lost its shape. I was like shoving it everywhere. I think it's my mum's as well. She gave this one to me. She doesn't use it. And so just so nice and seamless, so nicely highlighted at the moment. I'm gonna do my brows next because it's just looking really weird. This is the like that's it. So I'm gonna use a NYX Tame and Frame tinted brow pomade in number blonde 01. This gets dry a little bit after a while. I put in 1 drop of Inglot's Jawline. If you do have that, it's actually really good. It's not that expensive. It's gonna last you for so long. You can put it in like gel liners. You can put it in your loose shadows. If you have that much and you want to make your eyeshadows a bit different or make them a little bit wet looking or add more consistency, I've put a drop into my little pot here to make it less dry. I'm gonna use a brow line Zooeva brush number 322. Looks like so, and I'm gonna start off with my left. I don't know, I always start with my left brow, and I use the longer tip onto the side, and I'm just gonna brush like so. Easy peasy. This is really easy brow stuff. I love it. It's definitely much less expensive than the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. And to keep my brows in place, I'm gonna use my Loreal brow gel in blonde as well. To finally, with my brows done, I can highlight my brow bone, and I'm gonna use again the Anastasia Modern Renaissance. I'm gonna use this one, and this is called Tempera. I'm gonna highlight that underneath my brow. I'm going to finish off my underneath my eyes with a Loreal translucent powder. Use a brush, a little brush for that from MAC. Now that the eyes and the brows are done, I'm going to do my face. So I've done the eyes, I've done the brows, I'm going to do my cheeks at the moment, and I'm actually going to finish off my underneath my eyes. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to again use this. I use a small fluff, a detail shader brush, which is from Zooeva, and it looks like this. And I'm going to use from the palette the color red ochre that we smoked it out. So I'm going to use a little bit on my brush. They are really pigmented eyeshadows, so be careful with that. And I'm just going to follow where it starts, the line, the sharp line that we've created, like so, like that. This one is quite stiff brush. I don't like it to do the underneath my eyes, but it's quite small, so I like that brush for that. But to blend it out, I'm going to use a smudger brush from Zooeva called Smudger, and it's 226, and I'm just going to smudge a bit. And this one's a little bit softer, so it allows you to smudge the eyeshadow out like so. I've got the underneath the eyes as well. But I've made a mistake, yeah. If you made a mistake, you can always go back and blend it out more. Because if you open your eyes, you don't want them. You want these eyes. You want the eyes to match, basically. I'm gonna do the mascara at the end because we're going to put false eyelashes on. So we're going to do the cheeks at the moment. I've been got so many cheek palettes for Christmas, so I'm not sure what to use. I love them all, they're all nice. But I will use a bronzer from my Cheek Thin Benefit cheek palette, and this is amazing. You've got full size 5 big blushes and bronzers. The most popular ones that people use. So I'm going to use the Hola bronzer to contour my cheeks at the moment. I'm going to use that. And on my NARS flat brush, I'm going to contour my face. I'm going to use more peachy colours because this is a warm toned look. We don't want to overdo the colours because the eyes are quite strong and there's quite a lot going on in the eyes. So I'm just going to contour how you like. Obviously everybody has a different face, so contour the parts that you want to look slimmer, basically, like this. So bronzing up my face, I'm just going to use my all-time favorite for that, and that's MAC Give Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish, and it's amazing. I'm going to bronze my skin with that quite heavily. I like it to be. I'm going to almost use it as a blush, so I'm going to go quite high, because this one's definitely much warmer than the Hola bronzer, so it's going to look really nice and luminous on your skin. It's beautiful, like so. I like my cheeks quite strong. And for the blush, I'm actually going to use another new palette that I've got from NARS. It's by Sarah Moon, and it's a beautiful picture of a lady. I love that. And I got it for Christmas as well. It has 3 blushes and the Albatross highlighter. It's quite a gold shadow. I would use it more on my eyes rather than on my cheeks. Now I'm going to use the last one, and that's called Make Believe Blush. I'm not sure if they sell it separately, maybe they do. I know that this one does. It's called Sex Appeal. I know that one is. And I'm going to use that last one on my cheeks because it's very corally and very bright. It's quite intense colour. So I've got my blusher and everything on, and I'm going to highlight. I think I'm going to use MAC Mineralized Skin Finish as well, and Soft and Gentle, quite gold. And it has that kind of neutral tone to it. I'm going to use a flat, big, fluffy brush. I'm going to drag it out quite high and around my cheeks a bit as well. When I turn, like, my whole cheek is glowing. I'll do that a bit with my finger. So it's all nice and glowy. I like Cupid's bow. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to now put some mascara on, and I'm going to put some eyelashes on, and I'll be right back. So the mascara I'm going to use, it's a Diorshow Iconic Overkill, and this is amazing. Now I've got the eyelashes on now. It looks so much better, and I put a little bit of mascara on top of my eyelashes, of the false eyelashes, so they can be blended, so they blend in with my eyelashes. So this is the finished makeup look. The only thing that's left is to put some lipstick on. I'm thinking that I should do like a bright lip, but then I thought it would be too much. So I'm going to go with MAC Peach Stock, which is a satin lipstick, proper nude, like nude lipstick. I've been loving this lipstick Like on its own, I think it's a little bit too nude. But with this Revlon Ultra HD Lip Lacquer in Smokey Topaz. Oh my god, this is amazing. So I'm going to put that on top for that more glamorous look. I think when you put the gloss on, it transforms the look to more like glamorous, and I love how it looks. The last finishing touch, if I ever go out clubbing or going to a bar or places where I have to have my makeup on for a long time, I always spray some prep and prime. So this is my finished look. I absolutely love it. This is what I've been loving at the moment, like very sexy eyes with the burnt orange and berry tones. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Hopefully you can subscribe to my channel. I have lots of videos planned for 2017. I am more organized with myself. That's my goal this year. So hopefully you will stay with me to enjoy the ride, see how it all goes. So if you have any suggestions, always put them down below. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.